Testing 1 2 3. What's up, man? How you guys doing? I'm gonna start in a bit right now. Get some water real quick, and then I'll just start it real quick. How you guys doing? We're gonna start in a bit.
Hello Prophet, let's see them toys LOL.
All right, we're gonna come on in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What up, G's? It's your boy Prophet 74. Today, I posted earlier a video me going out to Franklin Sons, and honestly, that I wasn't expecting a lot of stuff that they had in there. Uh, it was cheaper than Comic Con. I mean, I ended up purchasing a lot of stuff. Not a lot of stuff actually, less stuff than I expected. But I really want to spend more money. I just the prices were too high. So I'm gonna start why I went. I'm a big Robotech fan, and back in the days, your animation, that was like one of the first anime kind of thing, for Americanized, because this Japanese art has been on for quite a while. It's just the Americans got it a little late. Excuse me. So, anyways, went for a couple things out there, and I ended up finding a couple things I was a little distracted and disturbed by. Especially right in the entrance of the store, and I'm gonna do a video on it. I'm actually got the video right now. It's like maybe tons of hours of video. One guy didn't want me to film him for some reason. He was following my ass. You know, he wanted me not to film his stores. He owned the 2 stores, and I'm gonna point it out here. See, if you guys ever go to that store, you flip them off for me. You know, I went like this, right? Flip them off for me or something, man. Guy was such a jerk. I think he's wanted or something, or pedophile or some shit like that, because he didn't want to be on TV. I didn't even want to get him on TV. I wasn't even recording him when he. But then when he says something like that, I say, you know what? Come and talk to me in my face. He didn't want to talk to me in my face. He's a little short guy, you know, a little sucker. I'll just kick his ass anyway. I have my daughter with me. I didn't want to get all thug on him, you know. Plus, I'm a first time at the store. I didn't want to, you know, look like a jerk. So I say, you know what? I wasn't even filming you. But as soon as you said that, I'm gonna start fucking filming you. So I started filming his ass. Anyways, that was my 2 cents on the bad part of it. And I'm gonna start with something real simple. First of all, I ended up buying. I was looking for this. Let me put a couple of videos on it. I was looking for this particular model. If you guys see it, it's a Rolltech model. Right? It's not a model. It's actually you know, I'm gonna get a. Hey, thanks for following, man. I was looking for this. This is the one thing I was really looking for, and it was a little pricey. I mean, I went to 2 different vendors on this, and I was a little shocked how much it cost. So if you guys know about Rolltech, it's a little pricey. We're looking at almost like $1,000 for some of the figures. Now, this one particular one is a full transformable model. It's not a model. It's actually a toy. And this one particular was the price. I got different prices. The highest I got it for $450 from one of the vendors. And he was like, and it's a pretty decent size. We're talking about a couple inches, like, you know, but 10 to 12 inches, I believe. I'm not quite sure. And it's a fully transformable. And if you guys see the little slideshow that I'm putting in here, this is what I was looking for, right? The cheapest I found a vendor was $250. $250 for this. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna buy this. I'm not gonna bring in big dough money for a toy that, you know, I might not even use, or just not do anything or anything like that for $200. I spent $250 on toys before, but I was hesitant about this, and maybe I'll find it somewhere cheaper. But I think $250 is probably the cheapest I'll find it. 450 was the highest I found it, so I didn't buy it. I didn't buy it. You know, I was out of my. If I buy it, I'm gonna get a damn divorce. Let's put it this way. So I didn't buy that. So we ended up buying a couple things. One thing in particular I was looking for. I'm a big Back to the Futures. Back in the 80s, those toys. You know, I found so much toys. I'm gonna put up the video of all this new stuff that you guys are gonna see. But I found this great vendor, and this is the first thing I found. He actually sold me this. Let me zoom in so you guys can see a little bit better on this. All right, so you guys, this one, Back to the Future car. If you guys see it, if you guys won't believe the price on this, Amazon, if you guys look it up, it's $15, $25. You know, you're not gonna find it cheaper. Hot Wheels for or authentic version, coded side, unbelievable price. I actually went to a vendor that had this car. And this is a store, regular store. They wanted $50 to $35. It depends on the vendor that you have. Guess how much? $4 on this one. It's a Hot Wheels, and you're like, oh, it's just a Hot Wheel. But this is something I wanted. I was looking for it. I was shocked. He said $4. I go, you know, and he goes, I got the other one too, the one with the wheels. I was like, wait a minute, did you say $4? And I even got him on film saying that. $4? I go, here, I'm gonna give you $8. Find the other one, and I will take both of them. I gave him $8 because, you know, even if I lose it, $4 is worth it. So he found me this one, the first one. I got this one, and I came back, and, you know, the guy was trustworthy. He was an awesome guy. I'm gonna put his information here so you guys could hit him up. Great. He has all these Hot Wheels, and I was super shocked for $4. So I bought this one, and then he started digging in his bag and looking for it, and then he found this one. $4. This is the movie version, 1 out of 5, I guess. $4 for these, man. I was like shocked. I was like, what the? You know, it's just like, oh man, you know, it's just Hot Wheels, you know, but toys are toys, you know, and sometimes you think about it, you want to go back and memorize some of the, you know, films that you guys had as a kid and stuff like that. So I ended up buying these. This Frankenstein's place, let me explain to you first of all. It is a huge place. I mean, I was like super shocked. So how I found out about this, I you know, I got nephews and nieces that have been telling me for quite a while to hit the store. I just didn't have the time, and I knew the store where it was. I knew exactly where it was. So the store used to be a actual Sam's Club back in the days, like a couple years ago. But what happened was, I guess Sam's Club is closed down and everything. It's right next to Benihana's, and this man, when I got there, I was shocked. I wasn't the only one that was into this stuff, man. There was hundreds of people. Parking lot was packed. It was like an amusement park. I was sitting there looking for parking. I told my girl and my daughter, I told her, hey, we might not be, we might not get a chance to go inside, but we found parking. The gods say, hey, you're gonna go in there, you're gonna check out the store and do a long video. I got lots of footage. I'm gonna put it up detail by detail. There's so much of it. I'm not gonna explain to you. I'm just gonna load it up tonight and see if you guys want on. If you see, and I put some prices on some stuff. So, and the vendors, and there were some great vendors out there that you guys, you know what? It's like a swap meet. It's basically a swap meet. That's what it is. Everybody rents a little location, and what happened was you walk around the location, and then you just deal. You say, hey, I'll give you $5, $10 for something like that. $4, I wasn't gonna negotiate. The guys, he's making a living out of it. I know how much this costs. I'm not gonna sell these. I'm just gonna keep them for my collection. I don't really resell something. But one thing I did find that was a little disturbing, there was too much Kobe Bryant stuff. And I know, I love the guy to death. I mean, he passed away and everything, but in times like this, people do take advantage of this situation and they do buy stuff like this. But I wasn't feeling it. And Kobe Bryant stuff was sold out. A lot of stuff was sold out. We're talking about over $1,200 on a signature Kobe Bryant item. $1,200 on anything, and I feel bad because I don't have anything signed by him, which I feel even worse. But I'm not gonna be running around right away. I'm gonna give it a couple years, buy something later down the line that he signed, but something authentic, because a lot of things is a what if, you're not sure what you're buying there, it's like a it's like a gun show pretty much, you don't know if you buy reloaded ammo or not. You don't know if it's gonna discharge properly or not. I mean, those are the things you're taking a chance, a risk. So pricing, I mean, there's some great memorabilia. They had a whole section just for sports section. That's what I went to. I went to check out how much was Kobe going for, and I'm gonna show you a couple of things that I personally own. That a little man, I saw the prices there. I'm gonna keep this stuff, man. I'm not gonna make money out of Kobe. I'm not that kind of guy. I keep my shit. I really try not to make any money out of these things, but that's how I am. I'm not chasing a buck or anything. I'm a collector. That's pretty much, not really a collector because I opened them up. I'm not gonna open these up today, but I do open them up, and people get pissed. They're like, "Why did you open it?" You know what? You only have one life, like I said. I'm gonna enjoy it, not somebody else later down the line that's gonna buy my shit or collect my stuff or throw it away or garbage it. I want to enjoy it before that. I open everything up. I'm not gonna lie to you. I end up getting all this stuff. Anyways, not back to the topic. I bought these, man. These were two great purchases, and I am stoked because I was gonna buy from Amazon, but hey, here I am buying them for $4 a piece. It was well worth the drive just for these two items. I know you guys are gonna say Back to the Future crap is I could get it anywhere, it's cheap. Yeah, but I tried, and you try in your neighborhood, see if you can find something like this. You're not gonna find it. Anyways, let's put these two pieces aside and let's keep going and buy another purchase. So, you guys know I'm a big 80s fan. Terminator 2, big fan of T2. Well, I bought an exclusive that they sell out there. I was looking for the 8000, the T8000, but I ended up buying this one. And this one was $35. I want to see if I could. Oh, 30. I know I'm out of focus, but hey, focus on this, not me. Anyway, $35. It was an exclusive for Comic Con, and the guy had a phenomenal booth, man. This is probably the best booth I've been to, and this is why I purchased this stuff. Look. The guy had, like, if he knew me, shit, he had everything I love. He had Predators, lots of Predators. He had aliens, lots of aliens. And he had a lot of T2s, T3s, and all that crap. He had everything. Not only that, this guy went over and out by putting, he actually did a bunch of models, and with all his toys, original toys, and he put them in place, and he made a scene out of them, out of the toys. And this is something big I saw in the conventions. I'm going to put a lot of information about it. but he made scenes where Alien was finding Predator in the jungle. On the time that Arnold Schwarzenegger was in mud, he was like gonna ready to attack the Predator. He had all these scenes. I don't put that in the video. It's a pretty long video, but I went in there. The guy goes, "Hey, film all you want. Make sure you guys put your information out there and all that stuff, and so forth." But I had an awesome time. I mean, me and my daughter went out there. We had a great time out there, and we were like, now let me tell you about this T2. I know it's $35. Not that expensive. The one I wanted was sold out already. The guy said he's gonna call me up. I wanted the silver one, the T800, T800 or 8000, whatever it is. It was a little more pricier too. They had sold out. They had another one that was open box for $65. I ain't gonna buy $65 and missing gun and missing everything. Nah, I want something I want to open, not other people. So I bought this one. It's $35. It was the last one. It was exclusive. The bad thing I don't like about this is not the color I wanted, but it's gonna work out. So this one glows in the dark, and I'm gonna show you guys a little bit in the back. This is the ectoskeleton part of it, and this is the actual dark version of it. When you put it in the night light, and I guess you put it. Let me see if I could get it to glow. I'm gonna put it right next to the light real quick, and bring it here. Not that much. Not that much. Not that much. Anyways, it glows in the dark, and it comes with its gun. It doesn't have a stand, but it does have a feet stand, 2 indentations, so you can actually make yourself a mobile station. And this is why I bought it. I bought it because I do have the other one, the Terminator version of the T2. And then I do have the molding one. So I'm going to try to see if I can make a scene just like this guy was doing. But, I don't have the freaking time sometimes. So we're going to take a look at it. And this is another thing I bought. And this is pretty much what I bought, man. That's all. But I didn't go empty-handed. I'm going to tell you guys other stuff that I have. Now, if you guys, back in the 90s, right in the 90s, between 95, 94, big artist came on the scene. And he was already big to begin with, but he made himself known even bigger on some of the things. And some of the things that I love about comic books is that I got a few artists I do follow. And I follow quite a few, but not more than this guy. And now you guys know him very well, his movies and everything. Book, $16. $16. You say, what? $16? $16. In the original price, $39. $39. All right. $16 for this sucker, man. That is crazy. And look at this, man. Every comic book that you guys probably remember when he did, Todd McFarlane. If you guys don't know Todd McFarlane, he pretty much took Spider-Man to the next level, and he's the creator of Spawn. Everybody knows Spawn, but he bought Barry Bonds' no, not Barry Bonds. It was Mark McGuire, I believe. His baseball when he hit that home run, the exclusive, I forgot, 300 mark or something like that. He bought it for $2 million, but he said it in the interview, I didn't buy it just for the ball. I bought it to people start asking questions, who I am, who I'm what. And it's crazy because that's how he kind of, became himself even bigger than that. People wanted to know who he is, what he does. And now, not only does he draw, he also does his own advertisement. He creates the McFarlane characters that he has. I don't know if you guys are familiar with a lot of Walking Dead. He does the Walking Dead, the Halo. He does a lot of the stuff I'm going to show you guys besides that too. He has a lot of different contracts with different companies, and he did this book that it's exclusive. And these are comic books I remember. He drew Superman for a while, DC, and everybody had a crossover once in a while, but he was well known for, of course, Spawn. Now he's well known, but one of the best things that he's well known is Spider-Man, and people don't know that he did this spaghetti Spider-Man strings. This is one of the things I'm talking about. So in one of his interviews, the publisher wasn't happy about him doing this kind of stuff, and the way he did was just like, hey, start drawing like a real web would shoot. It's not clean. It's not one single line. It's gonna be messy. Get some details in there. He did it his own way, and a lot of people, like I said, producers and publishers didn't like it. But The public did. So it continued on and it made him who he is. So if you guys ever see the Spider-Man 50th anniversary that they had, it's a great series that he had in there. One of my favorite ones was introducing other characters back again, like Scorpion and stuff like that. Um, I was Venom. He took Venom to the next level. This is actually how he became so creepy looking and stuff like that because it was because of him. And this is great shots if you guys see it. This book has tons of stuff. If you ever want to become an artist, follow the best. And I think Todd McFarlane was one of the best. There's now, believe me, there's tons of artists out there, but Todd McFarlane to me was something I wanted to do and I wanted to draw like. And I came close. I'm okay with them on animation and drawing and stuff like that. Animation, I suck, but drawing, I'm really good. I'm not gonna lie to you. I used to draw comic books all the time. I used to do this stuff. I had an internship before. I follow comics, read and dialogue comics, and actually, this is one thing that kept me away from a lot of troubles, man. I mean, comic books, man. And then the way I got introduced is funny, man, because I'm gonna tell you a story how I got introduced. So I lived in these projects in East LA. Yeah, this homie lived in projects in East LA, and right across the street from those projects. This, if you can look it up, man, go to 8th Street, between 8th Street and Lorena and Soto and all that stuff. I used to live there. Wingwood Lane, they're called Wingwood Lane Apartments. We lived right next door to the factories and warehouses and stuff like that. So there was this one warehouse that was a comic book warehouse. It's no longer there, but you can still see some of the painting in there. And I met this guy that he was throwing all these comic books away, and I was like, "Oh shit, you're throwing these books away? These are pretty good." And they were like bent corners and stuff like that. And he goes, "You know what? I'm not gonna throw anything away. If you want to read them, you can have them. I'll put a little box aside for you, and I'll just put all the stuff that's gonna be thrown away, and you can come and pick it up here anytime you want. Any time of day, I'll just leave it out there, and this is your stash." Man, you know what? Nobody does that these days. Nobody does that. But that guy, I don't know his name or who he is. He changed my life, man. And I was there. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was there to break in and rob stuff. That's pretty much what I was. As a kid, you don't have that much. I was there to do bad shit. That's what I was there for. But this guy out of nowhere, I don't know who he is. I don't know if it was God or an angel or something. Send him down and say, you know what? Instead of you breaking in and doing crazy shit, I'm gonna introduce you to more of the reading. And I wasn't a reader, I didn't like books, being in the streets and stuff like that. You don't really want to hang on, but that changed direction. That actually got me to do more imagination stuff, more introduced me to more stuff. Like instead of living the crime, actually reading about certain things is better. And because of that, I ended up doing great stuff. I mean, I went to college, great job, great career and all that stuff. I love what I'm doing and I'm sharing with you guys. But I think a lot of it to do it has to do comic books. Honestly, I know as gory as they look, you find yourself doing all this imagination and thinking about these things. But to be honest with you, I wasn't introduced to McFarlane until later down the line. But I ended up receiving from this guy some of the greatest comic books I still own them. They're value nothing because they're all messed up on the corner. They might be missing covers, but to me, they're freaking valuable. I mean, this is incredible stuff. And I know to some of you guys is like, oh, well, it's just comic book art, but like I said, it has helped me out in some sort of way by taking me from the streets to reading books. I was a collecting after that 1 month with collecting books. I didn't have no stash where to put these damn books. Then I started bringing about what's collectible, what's readable, who's the artist, and I started following certain people. So I started filtering because I didn't have no space for all this shit, And then next, I started giving them away to people I knew, and next, they got into it. And I remember one time that I ended up telling a story about a character in a comic book, and people were like, "Man, they should make that into a movie, man. That story you just told me was." And he didn't know I was fucking. It was a comic book. I was telling him, so it's crazy. So, anyways, great book. $16. It's a $40 value. Todd McFarlane. They had a library stuff. They had a lot of comic books. They had a lot of graphic novels, but this caught my attention. I also wanted to know the history of Super Mario Brother, but it was really expensive. We're talking about $80 a book. I was like, oh, I'll wait until it's in digital or something, But anyways, we're gonna move along, and if you guys like his history and story, check him out. This book is pretty awesome. It tells you the beginnings to the ends to where he is. This guy's a multimillionaire, you know, and he's a go-getter. I actually saw some of his interviews. Great stuff. That great information. I mean, if you value yourself, you know how much are you gonna sell yourself. Don't sell yourself short. This is a great guy. In real life, I met him in real life. I got a couple of signatures. Great guy that not only signed my stuff, but he actually signed my some of my cousins that I used to take to me with the comic conventions. I used to go as a kid. My mom, my dad didn't take us. We used to take the bus. RTD, that was it. RTD in California. RTD. On our way there, we tagged the shit too. You know, at the same time we got there, we knew we got there. We had fun, and that was back in the hood days. You know. Anyways, enough of that. And like he says, for Forever by Stan Lee. You know. I'm sorry, not Forever. 4 words by Stan Lee. That's pretty much. So not bad, not bad. You know. This is before Stan Lee dying. So next item. Well, another item that I saw out there that was big. I mean, everything. I own this one, and I'm gonna tell you, this price right here, $8. It's not what I paid. I mean, I didn't buy this. This is the stuff that's selling over there, and I'm gonna tell you the price, how much it was. This one was going for $60 to $70 out there. It's just everybody's buying this memorabilia right now, which is ridiculous. I bought this one. Look at this, $8. $8. Maybe like 2 years ago, a year ago, I think it was. It was on Big Slots. If you guys know what Big Slots is, it used to be I forgot that's freaking market. It's like a Newberry's kind of market, and they sell stuff that's outdated and stuff like that. Well, I saw this and I bought Shaq too, and I saw this one in particular out there. It was like 60 to 80 bucks, and I left the tag in here. I didn't take it off, you know, so you guys could see it. I didn't spend the money, but you know, he was a great guy, great athlete, and I just wanted to show you guys some of his stuff. And to be honest, I don't know if I'll opening in this, and I kept it because I was gonna get an autograph. I was gonna stalk his ass, to be honest, and get an autograph for a while. And not only this, but something else. And I never got the opportunity, and I feel bad that I never initialized anything to start with. I knew where he lived, I knew where he went, I knew the places he did. You know, I just couldn't be the courage. I couldn't be that fanatic freak. You know, I don't like to chase people like that. I mean, they're human beings, you know. So I never took initiatives to do anything to get him signed or anything like that. But I am blessed to have, you know, some of his part. I met him before, like I said, I mentioned. I met him, the guy, great guy. I wasn't a big fan of him during the time when I met him, which is, I feel bad because I was a Shaq fan. I'm not gonna lie. Shaq was the talk of the show, talk of the day. Kobe was just like, hey, he's coming up, he's okay. You know, it was a 2002 championship. He made a name for himself, but I was more of a Shaq fan during the time, and now it's like, you know, fuck. And then I met him twice. The other time was at Sprite. He did a Sprite. I used to work for a big company by, you know, somewhere Sprite. I'm not gonna mention names. And the company had a promotion where they're gonna give a basketball away with his signature and stuff like that. And we ended up taking 30 or 40 balls, I believe. And this is a promotional. And I got invited by a friend of mine's. And he's like, hey, you want to meet Kobe Bryant? I was like, yeah, you know what? Let's go. And we end up taking like 30 or 40 balls, and he signed every single one of them. I took pictures of him too. I can't find those damn pictures right now at the moment, you know. And I'm calling my friend, see if he still has them. So I'm gonna find out if he still owns the pictures and have him sign in and stuff. It was crazy because it was like not awkward enough. We met at a pizza joint. I'm not gonna lie to you. They closed a pizza joint for us, and we were drinking and eating and pizza. That's all we ate. Pizza. And they were talking about the sports, what's in the next, what's in the future, if he's going to trade. I mean, we had a human to human conversation. And I know that he knew I was, you know, working with the executives and everything, but he didn't matter. He was just talking about, you know, about his sports career, how well he was in playing. That was a good memory for me, and it's unbelievable memories that people are like, to this day I feel blessed and to have these opportunities with some great people out there. So like I said, this one I didn't buy over there. I did not buy. I bought this on Big Slots for $8. But if I ever want to sell, which I'm not selling any of this stuff, this is something I want to keep in pressure and maybe just keep it as it is. And one day maybe I'll have him sign it. when we're together out there in heaven. So next thing, you know, I wanted a Rolltech so badly, guys, and you guys probably saw these, but I'm gonna bring them back again, and I'm gonna show you guys. Hold on, let the chopper pass by first. Let me put it on mute. All right, that was a chopper just passed by, and the military passes by all the time. You know, they're after Godzilla. Anyways, I'm gonna show you guys. I took an option of not buying the Rolltech, and I don't regret it because I bought these for $40, $30, I think it was. And I showed some of them. I bought one that I showed you guys, but I'm gonna show you all of them that I have now. I bought this one, and these are models. These are cheaper. They're models. They're not the, you know, it's gonna time consuming. You have to put them together. You got to put the stickers. You got to put all the stuff. You know, it's a lot of work. So I didn't really want to do this, but I set myself to buy a model. It's cheaper price. And this is the VF1. It's not the Skull Leader, but it's the actual full version of it. And you can make it a Skull Leader. They give you the stickers to make it a Skull Leader. So you can do that. And it's not a transformable. This is just the plane itself, and you can modify it. And I've seen these already, so I am going to build it. And they do sell accessories for this one, if you in particular. But this is going to take you a couple of hours, I would say, just to put it together. And it's something that I'm looking forward to it. And maybe I'll do another video on it, on how am I going to put it together and paint it and all that stuff. Right now I'm doing more research how people are putting it together right now, and I don't want to spend too much researching all this stuff. You know, I'm gonna start doing it. So I'm gonna sit my ass down and start, you know, putting this together and see if we could come out with something like this. This is one of three, actually four, but I can't find the other one. Now I'm not a big fan of this one, but it's the newer version one, and I kind of like this one. It's another model. And this one particular is much easier. This is really easier. This one they give you simple pieces. This is kind of made like level 1, level 2. It's not very hard. This is gonna take me maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes putting together. You know, it's not that difficult. The hardest part is actually the stickers. The not stickers. They're not stickers. They're water. I forgot what you call them. But these are probably the hardest ones because you got to cut them out. You got to put them in water, and then you got to put them here and then seal them out too, because you got to seal them also too. People don't know that you need to seal them. This is the newer version of the Rolltech. I'm not a fan of this one, but I ended up buying it because it was 2 for like $15, something like that. So that's a newer version. I do have another one, and the other one I can't find it, but it's somewhere in here. And I'm going to show you, and that's the second phase of transformation of the VF1. Now, this one did cost me $40, man. 40, $50, I believe. This one is the VF1S Strike Rolltech one, and this is the Valkyrie, of course. And this one particular is it's going to be harder, but this one actually is more challenging. They gave you all, not just one set, they give you the whole damn set. And this is going to be a little challenging, because there's a lot of moving parts on this. Don't worry about the camera, guys. Don't worry about the camera. Forget it. It's going to focus in. This one actually has more moving parts and more structure to it, and it's going to require more details. So I'm thinking this is going to take me maybe a couple of days to do. Now, particularly, they give you the two choices: the Red Skull Leader or the black. And if you guys know, go back. There's two different versions. I like the yellow and black, to be honest with you. That was my favorite because this is the original, you know, Rolltech. And I did find a lot of Rolltech dealers out there, but there's not that much items, man, on it, and it's hard to find. And I went to look for a toy that nobody had freaking any idea, and it's called the Silverhawks. If you guys remember Silverhawks, you know, hold on for a second. Hold on for. All right, sorry about that, guys. Anyways, so this one's gonna have more details, a lot of more details. So it's gonna be more complicated on this one, but I am gonna finish it, and I'm gonna do like a still motion on it and see how fast I can build it. But I just gotta send myself a couple of days, maybe on a 3-day weekend or something, and start. I was thinking even tonight starting, but not with you guys. I mean, I like to concentrate on music and stuff like that. But this in particular is pretty good because they give you the whole kit set in different colors already. You really don't have to paint it, but if you're a professional, people paint them, man, and they can make them look really good. I might not paint it correctly. I'm just gonna see if I could build it and maybe do the black stainless where actually you highlight the lines. And that's pretty much what I'm gonna do and keep it all together. If you guys see some of the details in here, let me see if I could get it to focus. There's black lines in there. It's because they do run the brush, the dry brush with it, and this was a little larger. And of course, it's Japanese. It says, "Please cut in pieces and replace by." Just kidding. I can't read this shit. Anyways, one last item, and I'm gonna show you because it's the same mood that everybody's in, and more Kobe. Yes, more Kobe. All right, this is an incredible item that I didn't buy it there in Frank and Son, but I want to show you guys. You know, I bought this one for $10 at a secondhand store. Oh man, I love secondhand stores, man. Even to this day, as a kid, I love secondhand stores, and you find some great finds at secondhand store. In fact, I had a Blue Thunder. If you guys know what's a Blue Thunder, it's a helicopter. Back in the days, back in the 80s and 90s, they made this movie on it. They made cartoons on it. Blue Thunder, they had a TV series on it, a really good TV series. It's just like Airwolf, pretty much, and it's pretty much a chopper that was, ultimate chopper that would work for the LEPD. Well, anyways, I ended up buying. I'm getting off track for this. I bought this at a secondhand store for $10, and this is on an authentic picture, NBA, so and so picture. They said, and I think I still have the sticker here for the $10. $10, man, $10. And I bought this a year ago. Honestly, a year ago. Is Mr. Kobe Bryant. It's not scratched or anything. This is the plastic, but it's not signed. Didn't get a chance. I mean, probably never will, but this is the last item I'm gonna talk about. In this in particular, they had a bunch of these, man, and they had numberized too. They have a number here if you guys see authentication, but it's not authentication, and you don't have the signature, And anything Kobe Bryant was over $1,200. $1,200. The most I've seen sold something was $25,000. They had a jersey of him. So, not only that, hey, Kobe shoe jersey, and it says sold already. Kobe shirt, shoes, everything was signed by Kobe. $25,000, I think, and he couldn't say who bought it or what. He was being a jerk too, and he wanted to sell me these Kobe cards. Who knows if he freaking made them last night or something. You got to get an authentication, but
very nice pick.
Yeah, this is a great pick. I love this pick, man. Anyways, being a Kobe fan, I want to bring it up, and this is going to be my last item I have today. I might come back later and play some games, maybe PUBG or something. Stagger's not going to be on till later on night. I do have a computer I have to build, and I'm playing VR. I was going to do a live stream on VR, but I got a little dizzy too much on VR, and it's time consuming. I'm playing The Walking Dead, so I'm going to make a video on it. I can't give you guys live video because I had to take breaks. Because too much VR gets you dizzy, especially that game. That game, you have to do a lot of walking, a lot of talking, and it's just time consuming. But I wanted to end the show with, you know what? To me, I mean, it's California. We're in California. We worship our athletes and stuff like that. But everybody feels like they know him in some way. They do. They watched him as a kid. They grew his career here. And it's just best to bring him last here and call it a day for you guys, and let me guys know what you guys think. But I hope you guys seen some of the stuff. I'm gonna do the footage right now. I'm gonna go back in there. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go in there, edit the video, and post everything I've seen out there. And maybe if you ever get a chance or opportunity to come to California, hit the store up. I mean, there's some great people. I met some guys in there that were like, you know what? You could film all you want. You could even interview me and talk about my store. And there were some great people out there. I'm not gonna lie to you. And they were just talking to you. Just sit down and take valuable time, their precious time, because they could be selling when they're sitting there and talking to you. The guy that when I went to the store that I bought the Terminator, that bought this one right there in particular, he was an awesome guy. I mean, he pointed some stuff out. He had created this model where the predator was on top of a horse. He pointed out the horse had 6 legs. I was like, what? I had to go back and film it, man. You guys got to see it. So I'm gonna show you guys the toy collection he had. He had an awesome collection. He was selling everything. He had a predator head that was an amount. It was for $400, you know, and some of the stuff was pricey, but I saw this one $35. I know it sounds pricey, but you know, you only live once, like I said. One thing my mom says all the time, and I believe, and you're gonna say my mom. My mom says, you know what? If you see a chocolate and you want to buy it and it costs out of your price range, buy it, enjoy it, you know. And then next, you know, you worry about the bills after, because after you die, you don't have any bills. You leave naked. You come naked. You leave naked. That's how it is. So all those things that, you know, people touch upon themselves, you know, buy it. Fuck it. I'm even thinking about going buying the Macross thing, but you know what? I'm gonna build those things first before I even go back, and then I might change my mind. But I just wanted to bring a couple of things. There were some great people in those stores. I really enjoy the store, and I'm gonna do a video on it. It's pretty long footage. I'm gonna try to see if I can trim it down to 15 minutes and maybe do another 15 minutes and then another one, maybe 3 parts, because I took a lot of video of a lot of stuff. So, and if you guys ever in California or anything like that, you go to Franklin Sons, great item, great store, great idea. Whoever comes out with this, I mean, because you get all these dealers in one area, and it's actually cheaper than Comic Con. Comic Con is expensive because they're trying to make the rent there. Here, they're trying to make the rent, but they know how much it is. It's cheap, and Comic Con is expensive. If you ever own a booth or something like that, the minimum I think is $300 a booth, and if you don't make the $300 a booth, then you're asked out pretty much, you know. And some of the stuff people have, you could tell they were just there for presenting their art, and there was a lot of artists out there, lots of artists. But if you guys like stuff like this, let me know. Hit me up. I'm your host, Prophet 74, and we'll come back, and I'm out.